back. Thank you so very much for choosing to stay with us and choosing us to be your partner all the way till 7 p.m. And in case you're just joining us, welcome to Kenya's Gold, where the focus of the day is on the horticultural sector. Now, before we took a break, we promised to come back with a conversation on the trends that are seen in the horticultural space, and we're here to fulfill that. We are joined with our guest, Mr. Joseph Nganga, Director from Kenton Farm Limited, who will share with clear bullet points on the structure and the trends that we are seeing in the horticultural sector. Karibu sana, Mr. Joseph.
Asante sana.
Thank you so very much for making time.
Thank you.
Now, before we even deep into the conversation to understand a lot more on what is happening in the horticultural sector, please tell us a lot more on what happens in Kenton Farm Limited.
Yes, my name is Joseph Nganga Munywa, Director of Kenton Farm Limited. Kenton Farm Limited is a company that deals with it exports horticulture, horticulture products. We have beans, snow peas, fruits, etc. Yeah, it's a company that I own with my family, and we started this company back 2012. But there before, I was working with other companies. In fact, if I tell you the truth, I started in this industry in the year 1994. I don't know how old were you by then?
94.
1994. One year. Oh my. So I started in 1994, but I was as a cashier. By now we were paid 50 bob. So it's a long story. So in fact, I'm a true story of the bottom up, because from 50 shillings now to a director of a company. And right now we export to Europe. We have several destinations, that is now like France, Netherlands, UK, Germany, etc. Right. And we have like 7 customers.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Now, this being an absolutely new year, we'd like to know what are the crops, the fruits that are in season right now, and
but first, let me first greet my wife. You know, I told her that I'll be in studio today. She was eagerly waiting for the greetings. That's very important.
So go ahead.
I greet my wife. I know she's back home. She's watching me. There's another great friend of mine, is Bishop Gatimo. You've heard of Bishop Gatimo? He comes to preach in our Lurumuka program. I know he's watching me, and any other people who are watching me. So let me first pass my greeting this evening. Thank you. Let's go ahead.
Now, when we talk about the horticultural sector being a new year, in this very first quarter, what is in season right now? And also, what are the best crops to grow right now?
Right now, like what we do, like beans, snow pea, sugar snap, and baby corn. I think whatever we deal with, they're in market. You know, in this industry, we have 2 seasons. We have one season, we have off season and high season. And high season begins from September to April, or the beginning of May, and then from May and to August is off season. Yeah. Although nowadays, you know, there is a problem with the weather, so you don't know particularly when is the off and high season. But yeah.
Now, when you speak about the produce that is in season, sometimes we expect a particular produce because that is their time, and we don't see it as much as we're used to. Like, for example, in December, we didn't see as much plums like we're used to seeing. What could be the reason to the fluctuation that we notice in different seasons?
The problem could be the weather. You know, we used to have plums, a lot of plums in December and January. In fact, December and January we had a lot of plums. I remember when I was young, I used to visit my grandmother in Nyandarua, where a lot of plums come from. But nowadays, like last December, the plums were very few, probably because of weather. Yeah, and I know there's a lot of now diseases. affecting products. So it could be the case. Yeah.
And now, right now, when we also have a lot of mangoes in season right now, when farmers take them to the market, there's a high probability sometimes they could not make as much profit because there are so many in the market. Yet there are very many vast opportunities when it comes to value additions that our farmers are not very well informed with, and those are avenues that can help them make money, even if there's an overflow of a produce. How best can we involve our farmers into value addition so that we do not have a season where there's a lot of produce in the market, but they're not making as much out of it?
You know what? I think what we can do is to see what is the end product of the mangoes is juice, right? So we can invest in with the machines, whereby you can make the juices from the mangoes. You see, so I think that's what we can do, because you see now, like there are companies which are making mangoes, but sometimes like now the mangoes are something they are too many. Yeah, too many for the market. I think the problem is there is the machines to make the juices. I have several companies which I know they have closed, who are doing this mango business, but right now they are not there. I think we can, like now avocado. If you go to Europe, where we do sell avocados, avocado is used in food. Mafuta ya kujipaka, the oil and chemicals and so many things. I think the problem is that we don't have the resources to have those machines, or to have the ability or the knowledge to have those end products. Yeah, probably now, in mangoes as well. Yeah.
Now we have the challenge of not having the resources, but also we have the challenge of some of our farmers who are probably in the rural areas do not have these connections with the companies and the people who are involved in the value addition space that can help them. How can we bridge that gap?
I think you know what the Bible says, that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. There's not that such knowledge that is given to those farmers or to those people who do produce, to have the knowledge to produce, and maybe the resources. If I can tell you the truth, as I sit here, how much money is involved in the avocado business, in the fresh beans that we are doing, is a lot of money. It's not 1 million, it's not 10 million, maybe like 20, 30 million. Where do you think these farmers from the village will get such huge amount to start these businesses? But I think they can be funded by maybe banks and institutions, and plus now the knowledge. Yeah. Now
in your company you do a lot of exporting.
Yeah, we do.
What produce from Kenya is doing very well in the export market right now?
Wow, right now French beans is doing good. French beans, snow peas, sugar snap. And I tell you the truth, like last time, like December, farmers got a lot of money, because 1 kilo of beans were buying at 250 shillings. 1 kilo. Snow peas were buying the highest ever in my life. I have not come across whereby we bought snow peas more than 350 shillings. Believe you me, last December we bought at 500 Kenya shillings.
A kilo?
A kilo, imagine. And there's another piece called sugar snap. It was 550. It was excellent. And I know farmers, they can bear me witness, they pocketed good. Yes.
They walifunga mwaka vizuri.
Hata walifurahia. Hata walifurahia. Yeah.
Now you've touched on what is doing very well in the international market right now. But what else do we have in Kenya that has the potential of doing very well in the international market if we put in as much effort?
Like now, the avocado. The avocado is doing good in the overseas market. Last time I visited America, you know, we don't have a product from Kenya that goes to America because of the air freight and whatever. So, do you know how much one avocado of 250 grams cost?
Tell me.
It costs, it's between $6 and $8. If you do a conversion, it's more than $8 times 160. It's like 1,300. You see, it's a lot. So avocado is doing good. We have like now baby corns. You know baby corns? The sweet corns, baby corns. Yeah, they are doing good. Yeah, we have baby carrots, not the mother carrots that you normally cook at home. We have the small carrots, baby carrots.
Right.
Doing very good.
Great.
But the problem is that people, they are not aware of the such products. Yeah, but they are there. Yeah.
They're not aware of such products.
Yeah.
What again can we do to make sure they are aware of such products? Because the lack of knowledge is really making us suffer in terms of agriculture.
True. You know, if you visit our villages, we have these traditional products like maize, beans, and potato, right? But we need now to, although I know there could be a problem of weather, because what is grown in the Nyandarua could not be grown in, probably in eastern region. But we need to educate the farmers. Other than now planting the traditional products, such as mahindi, maharagwe, and viazi, they didn't know to get into the other products. Like now the chilies, capsicums, all those. They are fetching good money in our international market.
All right.
Yes.
Now there has been a demand of organic foods in the world right now, even for export. A lot of them are asking for organic food.
Yes.
Is that the direction we are pushing our farmers to go?
We have to, and I'll tell you the truth. Right now we have Kenya, or rather Kenya is suffering the issue of chemical residue. And totally, I tell you the truth, it has made a lot of exporters to close down their companies because of the chemicals used or sprayed in our products. So that's why we are turning to organic farming. Yes.
As much as we are pushing for organic farming, and the demand for organic farming is high, there's still a lot of food that is produced using chemical fertilizer. What are the challenges and the factors that are limiting us from optimizing organic farming? What are the challenges involved in organic farming?
The challenges is whereby we don't have, is the issue that I told you about the chemicals. Because some chemicals, like now, there's what we call the PHI. There's a certain chemical that if you spray today, it needs like, you put the chemicals today, it needs like 14 days until you harvest. Meaning, if you try to cook that product, let's say meshiri, remember that this chemical is still in the product, and that's why you know the Europeans, they are saying that we are making them to have a lot of cancers. So particularly they are very keen on the chemicals. So because of the PHI. So in fact, I tell you the truth, there are some chemicals now they are pushed out of the market. Yes, and before your product is in the market, let's say in the Europe, it has to be tested. And if it is found, it is there, the product is destroyed.
All right.
And that's, you can close your company very easily. Yeah.
Now, as a farmer, I choose to go organic farming, and I want to export my organic produce. Please tell me what happens in the certification process. Who is responsible for coming to check and certifying that my organic produce meets the standard that is required on the international level? Yes.
We have remember, in this, we have HCDA. Before we touch to that, when you register a company for export, there are these bodies that give you licenses. We have HCDA, it's HCDA and KEFIS. They are under the Ministry of Agriculture. So before you do any export, even a kilo, they have to give you licenses to allow you do export. Now, there's another company that deals with chemicals. It's called PCB. Those companies are involved to make sure that you are fully licensed. And nowadays, they cannot give you any license before they give you are fully. You are now an exporter. Some time back, we used to have briefcase exporters. Somebody could just wake up. And just call them, because to get a customer could be easily. You just call a customer in Netherlands and you have a market. But nowadays they have to give you inspection. They have to inspect your pack house, where you be doing the work. They have to inspect whether you have the cold chain. Cold chain is the cold rooms. When you transport your product from the farms, where do you come and keep them for cooling? You see? Where is your pack house? Oh, there are so many licenses. There is another issue we call traceability. When the product arrives in Netherlands, that product can be easily traced, and it can be known where it has come from if it has a problem. So there are so many. There's a system anyway. Let me call it. There's a system. Yeah. So
someone will also come and certify if my produce is meeting the standard.
We have, in fact, I tell you that if you came to my pack house, you could see there is a licenses like 10 of them, and there is this group. There is from ministry. They come and do the inspection. If you don't meet those inspections, it's not like 10 years ago. We used to ship anyhow. It didn't matter what you are doing. Provided the cargo is there, the produce is there, ndege iko hapo, inaingia Ulaya. Siku hizi, it is very difficult. Right. But let me tell you the truth, we are making it because we have to switch to those systems. Yeah.
All right. A very insightful conversation we're having in studio right here with Mr. Joseph Nganga. We'd like to find out if we have managed to kick out briefcase exporters, and also as a young person who wants to get into the export business and also produce organic produce, how do I access these people who can certify and hold my hand and guide me into the exporting? That and a lot more will be answered after this short commercial break that we are taking. We come back with the Gold Highlights, an opportunity for you to find out what is happening in the agricultural sector. Who is doing what? Find out after the break.